Just as a motivation, when I was in school, I graduated with first class honors in mechanical engineering. So it has always been on my mind to help other students that are taking exams. Trust me, I know the tips and tricks on how to ace your exams and make a first class in each of your subjects. So in this video, I'll be telling you everything I know about exams, and most importantly, the strategies that you too can apply in order to ace your forthcoming examinations. As a result of that, I have structured this video in 3 parts: before the exam day, on the exam day, and after the exam day. Before the exam day, what usually happens? We're talking of you going to your classes, doing assignments, making friends, and the usual school stuff. Before your exam, I will tell you that the best way that I prepare for my exam is to start on the day that school resumes. I start on the day that school starts. How do I start? I review the syllabus. So you too should review your syllabus. What are you covering for the semester? What are the things that your lecturers will be covering, will be teaching you during the course of your class? Now, I don't only do that, I pay attention in class. Hey, and I equally write down notes. I like when they're talking, jotting down some points. Or if it's a PowerPoint presentation, I'll be taking the key points. It's always good to pay attention in class. There's no crime in listening to your lectures. Enjoy it. Sometimes it may not look enjoyable, but try and pretend as if you're enjoying it. By pretending as if you're enjoying it, you start enjoying the lecture. Of course, I don't only go to class, pay attention or take down notes. I also study. The word student was derived from the word study. So a student is someone that studies. So if you are a student and you don't study, that means you're not a student, because student in itself says, I am someone that study. Study adequately for your exams. Your exams are coming. Make studying a habit. Don't be the kind of person that study once in a while. No. I told you that I made first class in school. How do you think I made first class in school? Because I studied every day. If you can study 3 hours every day as a student, you make first class. Hello. So if you really want to do well as a student, the key is study. Aim 3 hours per day. If you can study 3 hours per day during the whole course period, hey, you will graduate with a first class. So start your study as early as possible. On the first day that your lecture starts, start your study that day. Don't wait 2 weeks to examination, what people call cramming. You just compile note, and wait till a week to exam. You start memorizing everything. That's not an efficient way of passing examination. So please, kindly study. And what will help you to study is have a study timetable. You can study 1 course a day or study 2 courses per day, depending on how many courses that you are taking. When I was in school, I studied 1 course for 3 hours per day. Some courses demand more study time than others. You can take it to the weekends where you have more time and study it for 6 hours, 7 hours, or even 12 hours. Hello. That's what I did, and if you too do it, there's no exam that you cannot ace. The best way to pass examination is memorization and spaced repetition. Hey, the difference between reading and studying. And when you read, it's almost like you are reading a novel. You are not so focused on what you are reading. You are not so engaged with the material. If you are studying, you are writing, you are thinking, you are organizing, you are drawing diagram. It's really involved. It's engaging. You're almost into the material. What are they talking about? How do A lead to B? How do B lead to C? That will give you a full grasp of what you are studying. Don't just read. Remember, you're a student. A student is not someone that reads. It's someone that studies. It's someone that's engaged. Really engaged with the material. And as you study, memorize. Don't be like those that say, for me, I cannot memorize. Hey, what are you using your brain to do if you cannot memorize? Memorize things. Memorize. In fact, that is the best way to study. Memorization. Memorize it. Don't just memorize it for a week and forget about it. Next week, come back and repeat it. Next 2 weeks, repeat it. 3 weeks time, repeat it. 1 month time, repeat it. If you keep repeating it, a semester is 3 to 4 months. Hey, on the day of the exam, you'll be pouring it. You'll be writing it excellently. That's the secret of passing exam. Memorization and spaced repetition. Avoid cramming. Avoid leaving your note to 2 weeks to exam before you go and start dusting your note. Oh, what did they do? What did they say? No. It's a bad study habit. Start on time and you will ace your exam. Now, let's talk about the study environment. Where do you like to study? Some people are good with studying in broad daylight. Other people prefer studying at night. So other people are good with studying in the morning. Hey, find out what works for you. It's not about when you study, it's about what works for you. If you are someone that likes a proper lighting environment, clean environment, go for it. If you prefer to study in the library where there are other people and it's silent but tense, you want to see other people studying in order to motivate you, go for it. For me personally, when I was in school, I love studying on my bed, and yet I made first class. So what do you prefer? It's not about what other people are doing. I'm not telling you this for you to start studying on the bed. No, find out what works for you best and follow it. 3 hours per day, remember that's our target. And please try and have a comfortable chair. Are you someone that likes studying background music? Go for it. Are you someone that likes seeing computer games out of sight when you're studying? Go for it. What works for you? Go for it. The goal is to avoid distraction as much as possible. For watching this video, I will give you the ultimate tip to acing exams, and that is practicing old exam questions. You are not the first student that have taken the course. Other students have taken the course and have done exam. I like having exam questions of like 3 years, last year, last 2 years, and last 3 years. What were they asked? To give me an indication of what I will be asked. Exam is just about answering questions, is it not? So the best way to prepare for it is to practice the questions ahead of time. Most lecturers are lazy, sorry to say it, in the sense that they repeat the same question or they repeat the same pattern of question. Your goal is not to complain, but to use it to your advantage. Now that you know that 99% of lecturers repeat the same question or similar pattern questions, hey, why don't you practice ahead of time? Practice old question paper, see what was asked, see how you can answer it. Don't wait till exam period before you start practicing it. As you are starting your study from the first day of lecture, that is how you also start with the question papers. An assignment, if they give you an assignment, don't just go and copy and submit. Do the assignment, master the answers to the assignment. For giving you this ultimate tip of passing examination, do me a favor too by liking this video and subscribing to my channel so that I will give you more tips on how to ace your examination. But this is the ultimate tip to acing your examination. Study and practicing past question paper. As a student that studies, hey, try and give yourself regular break. There's the popular Pomodoro. There's the popular Pomodoro session. Pomodoro session that people study for 25 minutes and have a break for 5 minutes. Then do it again. If that works for you, go for it. But for someone like me, I prefer doing 1 hour, take 5 minutes to 10 minutes break, and repeat it again. By doing it, I'm able to study for 3 hours while giving myself 5 to 10 minutes break at each interval of an hour. And please, while you study, drink water. Water is good for our system. A good number of us students don't take enough water. Please, keep water by your side so that while you are studying, you'll be drinking water. So, drink water. We've talked about practicing for exam. The best way to remember something is teach others. If you have a study group, explain the answers to them. Teach them. You've solved the questions, explain it to them. By teaching people, it helps you to retain the knowledge. You want to remember what you studied for the examination. The easiest way to remember is to teach other people the same thing. And look for a study group, people that have the same target with you, people that want to do well like you. Study with them. If there's any question you cannot solve, meet them to explain to you. I like studying isolation, but I still love working with groups. So be someone that can do both. Don't just be someone that works solely always or always in group. Be able to mix both. Be able to work by yourself and also be able to work with others, because you will need it when you come into the job environment. Think positive. Your exam is coming forth. Don't be scared. Hello, exam should not make you scared. Prepare for it. Take feedback. Look for correction. Help others. Be helped too. By integrating everything I've explained in this video, I have no doubt that you perform extremely well in your forthcoming exam. So stop being negative about your exam. Thank you. On the exam day, how do we prepare ourselves for the exam day? The key thing you need to do on exam day is plan for the exam. Which topic do you understand most? Which questions do you understand most? What time are you spending on each question? Plan for your exam. Hello? Don't just take anything for granted. Think of, okay, I'm very good with biochemistry, so I will go for the anatomy of the human body first before going to other area of biochemistry. Now, for someone like me that did engineering, I love calculation. So whenever they ask me a question, I love solving the calculation because by solving it, it makes me happy. You know, as an engineer, you solve. In fact, things that you don't even know, you start knowing them. So plan for your exam and get enough rest the night before. Don't be like those that have sleepless night because they have exam. Hello? You already know you have exam, so there's no need of having sleepless night a day before you to prove you are serious. That's not the proof that you are serious. Have enough rest before the exam because you need your brain effective and functional on the exam day. Eat healthy and eat light meal on the exam day. Else you go to the exam hall and start sleeping. Don't forget to drink water. Read the exam instruction carefully and follow the protocols. Don't go to the exam hall and start making noise. Go with your ID card and follow instructions. Do the questions that you know first. Hey, there's no need of starting with the hardest. No, start with the easiest for you because if you are able to do the easiest, your brain will be excited that you've done well. It will reinforce your motivation to do the harder questions. So please go for the simple questions first. If there's any question that you forget or that's keeping you for the moment, don't waste your time thinking about it. Leave it for that moment and go for the ones you can remember. Once you are done with the one I can remember or the one that's easy for you, you come back to those ones that are playing tricks with your brain. After the exam, go home and rest. Hey, you've put your brain to work. Compensate your brain by resting it. Reward your brain by saying, oh brain, thank you for this exam, by just relaxing. Be positive. Don't go home and start doubting yourself. I'm not sure of what I wrote. What I wrote is rubbish. No, don't be like that. Encourage yourself. Be positive. I've done my best. The result will be better. And even though you make a mistake or you didn't write everything perfectly well, let it go and focus on the next exam that you have. Now your result is out. Find out about your result and be grateful. Review your result and get better. Oh, remember the exam. Where did I do well? Where will I get better? Because school is not just doing one exam. Exam come over and over again. So the goal is to keep getting better with each exam. Okay, this one, I wasted time in that question unnecessarily. I won't do it again. Review yourself and make better decision next time you have exam. Finally, if you are receipting, that is not the end of the world. What question made you to fail? Review through it. The study group you have, did they help you or they didn't help you? Should I change my study group? And ask yourself those kind of questions in order to take your receipt very well. By following the strategies that I've given to you in this video, receipt is not for you. You will ace your exam and make first class just like me. Thank you so much. Support this content by liking this video and subscribing to my channel so that it would motivate me to make more school and exam related videos for you. Thank you. Bye.